When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, Mek Wi Talk, my people, Mek Wi Talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Mek Wi Talk, people, Mek Wi Talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, Mek Wi Talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people.
See my show you this time.
Alright, take a go now.
Welcome to us. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We're listening and watching from around the world and the Eastern Caribbean. Welcome to the Mek Wi Talk program. Right here on the Mek Wi Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel. We're also streaming live on Jam Talk Vibes Radio and Roots 96.1 FM over there in Kingston City, Jamaica. Thank you all very much for joining us. Good morning, Roots FM. Good morning, Miss Isis. Good morning, all the engineer at Roots FM. Welcome to the program this morning. I don't know what happened, but Dr. Francis had jumped off. We're going to have Dr. Rupert Francis, head of the Jamaican Diaspora Crime Intervention Prevention Task Force, Mr. Wilfred Rattigan, retired FBI agent, attorney at law, talk show host. He'll be our guest this morning on the program. There is a article in the Jamaica Gleaner circling today. There's an article in the Jamaica Gleaner that is circling on social media. Not the Jamaica Gleaner, sorry, the Jamaica Observer. That is circling all over the place about a meeting. A meeting that was held with members of the Jamaican Diaspora, Wilfred Rattigan, and the Jamaican government. That is not true. That is a false thing. That is not true. There was no meeting held with Mr. Rattigan or any member of the Jamaican government that I am aware of. So we're going to have Wilfred Rattigan coming on to us to speak to us about this. We're also going to have Dr. Rupert A. Francis. He was just on a while ago. I don't know what happened. He was on. What happened, I don't know. But hopefully we can have him to come back on to explain to our viewers and listeners on Roots FM and also on the internet radio station over here in the United States and around the world to tell us if there was such a meeting. Was there such a meeting? Which of that I know there wasn't such a meeting. But, you know, we have to be very careful. In the meantime, before we get Mr. Rattigan and others to join us, what we're going to do is, okay, here is Dr. Francis. Dr. Francis, welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much, Brother Jeffrey. Thank you.
Yes, Dr. Francis, I want us to tell us about a letter that is in the Jamaican Observer stating that there was behind-the-scene meetings on diaspora dispute with the government and other officials in the diaspora. Was there such a meeting? Mr. Rattigan pictures is on the Jamaica Observer, sir. Was there such a meeting, sir?
We had talks with a member of an extension of the government. Yes, we did have talks.
So you're saying that you all had talks with a member of the Jamaican government?
Well, yes, a de facto member of the Jamaican government, yes. We had talks because a lot of persons were people reached out to us and say, are you willing to? And we said we've been telling them we are willing to talk with them, but not capitulating, as some people are thinking that we're
Mm-hmm.
capitulating or we're just waving the olive branch. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
We have not changed what we plan to do, how we do it, and what have you. Nothing has changed. Everything is full force and going. It just goes to show the difference between a diplomat and somebody who does not want to, didn't want to talk in the first place. So now there's pure conspiracy as to that we want to talk because we want to kneel. No way. There's no kneeling here. We are leaning into the wind. Nothing that we have said before is going to change. Nothing at all.
So,
Nothing.
can you give us a little? You may have to go into details. What that meeting was all about, sir? Can you tell us about it?
Just to say, a meeting was said. Listen, we need, we seem to be, with all of this happening, we could tear the diaspora apart, and
Mm-hmm.
any responsible Jamaican, anybody who loves Jamaica, doesn't want to see that, and we felt that we are going to be the bigger of the two by saying, look, we are not afraid to speak with you, and we are willing to talk with you. What's wrong with that? Just talk. We don't
Mm-hmm.
know where it's going to go. We are not making an agreement. We haven't signed any MOU, MA, whatever. We have not done that. So that's no big thing. So I want people to stop reading too much into this. I've gotten a number of messages, my followers and those persons out there who know we love Jamaica. We are not giving up an inch. We don't play those games. We don't play those games. So I want to stop it, the foolishness from now. Anybody who's thinking that, it is foolishness. It's rubbish. We are talking to people. We have to talk to people, right? If we don't, that is the problem with the government right now. The government is so arrogant, they don't want to talk to nobody,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so therefore people have reached out to me, friends, colleagues, family members, all different, and say, something, what's wrong with just talk? What's wrong with us looking, seeing the other person and talking to them? So maybe they will decide to be reasonable
Mm-hmm.
and stop being so overtly government or powerful or proud. We're
Mm-hmm.
not. We're not.
So Dr. Francis,
Yes.
based on what you're saying, that there was a little meeting with a de facto member of the Jamaican government.
Yes.
That your words, it's a de facto government, de facto
Yes.
member of the Jamaican government.
Yes.
Well, the people in the chat room and members of the Mek Wi Talk program and other programs have been reaching out to me and asking me if this is it, if we're going behind their back of such as of saying, having meetings and is this a dissolving of what we're trying to achieve?
Listen to me now. You have a thing, make we talk in a mouth, make we talk anything. I am saying
Yeah.
to the dear listeners who I love so much and I respect so much, you must have more faith and confidence in the persons who started this and will finish this.
Mm-hmm.
Please have more faith. You have faith in us. We have given us faith in us. We are the ones at the front line. We're the first ones to take the bear of the brunt. And this is part of it. You need to think broadly. You need to think widely. If you love Jamaica, this is the time. We have given away nothing. We are talking to people. We didn't have to say anything. Nobody had to say anything that we spoke. But we want to give the Jamaican public that we care for you so much. Well, that's my perspective. I can't tell you. I am almost sure it's the same thing that Rattigan will say. We had no ill will. We have no agreement. Nothing signed. Nothing, and so on. These people don't necessarily want to talk to us. They want to talk
Mm-hmm.
about us, but they don't want to talk to us. That's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Are you with me?
We have joining us now none other than Mr. Rattigan, Mr. Wilfred Rattigan, retired FBI agent, not a former, retired. For all those who want to say he's a former, not a former, he's a retired FBI agent, a talk show host, and attorney at law. Mr. Rattigan, welcome to the program, sir. I see Dr. Francis wearing a young boy glasses this morning.
Good morning. Thank you. Bless up listeners, viewers. Bless up Dr. Francis. Bless up Jeffrey and your illustrious staff. He's wearing those glasses because he's a young boy. It's that simple.
Thank you, Ratty. Thank you. You're such a nice, gracious. Ratty, I hope you heard what I said. We are making no retreat, no surrender. We never sign no parley with nobody. but that doesn't mean they can't talk to somebody. You can talk to anybody, and people, that's the whole point. The government has no reason they don't seem to want to talk. They want to throw accusations. They would love to have a big war between us and the diaspora. It is not going to happen. No retreat, no surrender. We're leaning into the wind, as you have said many times, and other people. That's it. And
I just want Mr. Rattigan to know. I just want Mr. Rattigan to know that we're live on Route 96.1 FM. Oh Lord.
No, Catherine said it's a Baltimore shirt. So you will see that. Yeah, it is Catherine. It's Baltimore Orioles. Yeah.
Yes. We're live on Roots FM, Mr. Rattigan. Can you tell the Jamaican people, was there a meeting between members of the diaspora and the Jamaican government, as what the Observer is saying?
No.
Well, we're a bit confused this morning. Dr. Francis said there was one, and you're saying no.
No. I said a member of a de facto member, not the government. I said a de facto member. That's what I said.
Okay. I apologize. Go ahead, Mr. Rattigan.
Yeah, let me just say that the article, I haven't read it, but I heard that people have given mixed reactions to it. Some people have said that it's a good article because it shows the intent and the will and the spirit of the people involved to get together and resolve the issues in favor of Jamaicans living at home and abroad. And then there are others who say, well, it's not such a good article because it kind of it indicates that there was some kind of sellout, some kind of agreement where we met with them and it was some kind of secret meeting and all of that. Let me just say categorically that there was no physical meeting. None. What happened is that I had a conversation with a government official, and we were exchanging ideas, talking about how to resolve the differences between the people in the diaspora and the government of Jamaica. That conversation was followed by another conversation a few days later where Dr. Rupert Francis was a party to that conversation. And here's how we left that conversation. We left the conversation like this, that we are willing to meet with the Jamaican government to discuss the issues affecting Jamaicans in Jamaica and abroad. However, there are certain provisions that we will not yield on. One of them is that, the person said that at the end of the conversation, they would take the message back to their superiors, to the government officials, and then they would get back in touch with us. That telephonic conversation took place last week. So far, we haven't heard anything back from the government. Now, one of the things that I said, to the that official, three things were said. One, we're not waiting. We're not sitting around and waiting for the government to come back 6 months from now and said, yes, we will talk, or no, we won't talk. So we're not waiting. So we're moving ahead with our protest, May 10th. We're moving ahead with meeting with government officials to discuss the issue. 1 second, Jeffrey, 1 second.
Yes. We are speaking to Wilfred Rattigan, retired FBI agent, and Dr. Rupert Francis, head of the Jamaican Diaspora Crime Intervention Prevention Task Force. There will be a demonstration, a mass demonstration in New York on May 10th. Sorry, May 10th. It's on your screen, May 10th. From 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Let's go back to Mr. Rattigan. Mr. Rattigan, welcome back to the program, sir.
Yeah, so three things. One is we said that if and when we meet, we don't even know if we're going to have a meeting, but if and when we meet, that we, meaning representatives from the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council, the one that's registered, that we will come to the table as equals. We're not coming to the table as subordinates, the way the other people the so-called movement, the way they approach these issues. They come to the table. I don't even know if they're at the table. I think they're outside the building, and they come as subordinates. We said, no. We will sit at the table to represent our people, but we come as we come as equals, not as subordinates. So there will be total respect on both sides. You're not going to talk to us as you feel like, and we're not going to talk to you as we feel like. We're going to talk in a matter of mutual respect and understanding. That's one. The second one is that we're not going to wait for you to come back with an answer and stall our mandate. No, we are going to move forward no matter what. And if you decide to have a meeting at some point in time, then fine, we have the meeting. If you decide you're not going to meet, then that's fine, because we're going to move forward. And the third thing, no matter what we decide on, the one thing that we will never yield on is to have the Jamaican government lead, direct, influence the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council. The Jamaican government cannot be a part of that organization. That organization must be an independent and autonomous organization that represents the interest of the Jamaicans living at home and abroad. And so when we meet with the government officials, we meet with them on the same level, on a level playing field as equals. I would be willing, personally speaking, this is just me speaking, I'd be willing to even have them, one person as an observer, give them observer status in the organization. But what that means is that we also have to have observer status when they have their meetings. I don't know if they'll agree to that, but it's only fair that if you're going to have somebody sitting in our meetings, listening to what we're discussing and participating, then it's only fair that we do the same thing, that you do the same thing, because that you have one of us sitting in your meetings, talking about stuff and trying to resolve the differences. That's the long and short of it. So there was no meeting. It was a discussion about having a meeting. See, it's preliminary. It was let me repeat. It was a discussion about having a meeting. And we're waiting for the government to come back to tell us if they're going to meet and when they're going to meet and who's going to represent the government. That has not taken place.
So we're speaking to Wilfred Rattigan, retired FBI agent, and Dr. Rupert Francis. Mr. Rattigan is saying categorically that there was no meeting between the Jamaican government and the Jamaican diaspora. Not that he's aware of. There was no meeting at all, none whatsoever. Mr. Rattigan, for those on you know, we have a good friend who loves to say mainstream media. For those who are on our platform here, who have been calling my phone, who have been saying, Jeffrey, what's going on, and so forth, can you let us feel more comfortable about that is what they saw in the Jamaica Observer, that there was a meeting, sir? Can you let us feel more comfortable? Hey, come on.
No, and distance friend, I think her comments, her comment captures the spirit of what took place. She said they had a communication, not a meeting. Because again, people, for those of you just joining us, we have not had a meeting with the Jamaican government, direct or otherwise. No, virtual or personal. We haven't had a meeting with them. What we had a telephone conversation with a government official, and the conversation was about whether or not we're going to meet to discuss the issues. So for those of you who felt disappointed that we surrendered or we retreated, or we abdicated our position, no such thing took place. And again, for those of you joining us, we made it abundantly clear to that person that 3 things will happen. 3 things. 1, we will not stop what we're doing while we're waiting for the government to come back to let us know if they're going to meet, because that olive branch is out there from us saying we would like to meet. We think it's only fair that we meet and talk about our differences. We're the same people, And I think we have the same goal. Not quite sure, but I think we have the same goal. But the only way you're going to know is when you start discussing the issues, which did not take place and to date has not taken place. So that's one. We're not going to stop doing what we're doing. And two is that we come to the table as equals, not as subordinates. And three, we will never surrender to the government controlling, directing, manipulating, influencing the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council. They have no place, no business in that organization. And if they want a place in that organization, they can only come as an observer. They can't come as a voting member. They're not members of the diaspora. They can't vote in the diaspora. And if they're offered a position as an observer, then we must have a position when they have their meetings as an observer. It's only fair. So if they're not going to let us into their meetings as an observer, then we can't allow them to come into our meetings as observer. It's that simple.
Dr. Francis, can you speak?
So walk like a champion, full speed ahead. As I said, full speed ahead. No, what happened with the Gleaner Observer article? I think the Observer, the journalist, I think he was in the spirit of a conciliation as opposed to conflict. He was saying, look, let's get together. That's how I think that piece was written, because that piece was written based on several pieces that were published saying that we should just put our differences aside and then come together and then talk about them. We shouldn't be in conflict. And I think what the journalist was trying to do was to encourage the meeting. Again, I'm just saying that based on what I've heard. I have not read the report, and chances are I probably won't even read it because I know where I stand on this. Again, one, we come to the table as equals. Two, we will continue doing what we're doing. We're not going to stop and wait for the government. And three, the government cannot have a position in the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council. It's that simple.
We have Dr. Francis.
No, they're right. Why are people feeling betrayed? There's nothing to feel betrayed. That's why, I'm happy that we have a program like this where the people involved can actually come on and tell you what happened, as opposed to you reading something and then you walk away with a perception that may or may not be correct. And by the way, right now it's unlikely that we're going to have a meeting. I will get together with the other 8 members of this panel that we discuss these issues, but I don't see a meeting happening anytime before the protest. I just don't see it because we have too many things going on right now, too many moving parts that we have to take reign of and have to control in order to have a successful protest. So I don't see them. Personally speaking, if they approach us now and say we would like to have a meeting this week, the answer for me is going to be no. And if they come and say we want to have a meeting next week, the answer for me is going to be no. We're going to do we're going to continue planning for the protest, and we're going to conduct the protest. After the protest, between May 10th and the protest in DC or Toronto, if they want to have a meeting, we'll see. But for the next couple of weeks, no protest. I mean, no meeting with them before the protest.
Mr. Rattigan, the protest that you're having in New York, do you expect a large crowd, Mr. Rattigan, based on what is coming over social media here and other places around, people calling and so forth? Do you think that they're gonna be a mass crowd?
Yeah, we're expecting lots of people out there, and who that? Megawatt. If I have me alone out there, me I go out there. Trust me. If I just me and you alone, then me and you alone out there, and all of the signs then where we have, me and you can just hold them up and change them. Because them have different things for them. So me pull up and
listen, I'm navigating. Gentlemen, I'm navigating. Sorry the button, but I want to just say something before I go.
Go ahead, sir.
there's no ifs, ands, or buts. We're on the same course. We have not retreated. We have not gone anywhere. We're on it, and I just think that people out there, they have minds that listen, my friends out there, please understand this. Join us at the protest. Do what you have to do to assist us. Spread the word, but do not buy into the frivolous. These things are sidelines and they can derail us because that's what they would like. They're already spreading misinformation. So please continue doing what you're doing. Let's work on what we're doing. Right now, I am sitting down here waiting to go on an appointment, and the railway line is down. So listen, I want to concentrate on this because I'm in unfamiliar
Please, Dr.
territory.
Francis.
Yeah?
We want to have you in New York, so please concentrate on that. If anything, you can join us back, sir.
Okay, no problem. All right, my
Thank you very much.
Take it. All the best.
Yes.
And I'm reading the chat here, and let me just
go
tell
ahead,
you,
Mr.
the t-shirts are being printed. I ordered another batch yesterday. The company said that I should have them by Friday. If I will be in New York, I'll be going to New York tomorrow. I'll be back, so I don't think I'll have them this trip. But next week, Wednesday, I'll be in New York. So the shirts will be there with me. So you'll get your shirt, you'll get your t-shirts in time to come to the protest. And remember, it's a uniform for the day. All right. I know some women have expressed concerns that they didn't want to come and take off them clothes and put on this, and fine. So we'll try and get it to you Wednesday or Thursday, so that you can just wear it to the protest. But again, nobody knows for me up.
I am happy, Mr. Rattigan. I'm happy you touch on the t-shirt, sir. Can you explain to our viewers, because people are asking questions all over the place about where is the proceeds going? And I've been saying the proceeds from the t-shirt is going to the One Legal Jamaica Defense Fund.
Yes.
Can you give us some more about that, sir?
Yeah, the proceeds will go to the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation. It's not going in anybody's pockets. In fact, we're getting ready to file our taxes for last year, and it will be a matter of public record. So you can see how much money came in, how the money was spent. We don't have no time to be sidetracked by no tax issues or no issues of corruption. No, we are focused on those issues against the government of Jamaica, and therefore we have to be above and beyond reproach, right? We can't criticize somebody for being corrupt and then we ourselves are corrupt. And I can tell you that the people that I'm associated with, they're above and beyond reproach, especially when it comes to money matters. Nobody not try scam nobody and take the money out of that. In fact, we never not touch that. We're not going to have that conversation there. The money is being used to finance lawsuits. The money is being used to finance issues concerning meetings with public officials in terms of the Magnitsky Act and the Foreign Agents Registration Act and other pertinent laws and regulations. It's been used to help with the protests and anything having to do with holding government accountable. That's where the money is going. So, that's it.
Yes. Mr. Rattigan.
Oh, and by the way, nobody on the board of the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation is being compensated.
Volunteer.
It's all volunteer work. The only compensation you get is that if you travel, then your expenses get paid.
Right.
And for example, I'm going up to New York, right? And I'm going up tomorrow. And I'm not staying at a hotel or charging this against the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation. I'm doing this at my own expense.
Yes.
So,
Mr. Rattigan,
I even bought things yesterday. I even bought some things yesterday. At
Target,
Dollar Store and Staples. And I'm not going to charge against the One Jamaica Legal Defense because I'm so passionate about this issue that certain things you just overlook, you just do it, Next week, and I can tell everybody this, next week I'm going up to New York on Wednesday, and the only time I'm staying in a hotel is on Thursday night, and I'm staying there so that I'm close to the venue, so that I can get up early and come out instead of coming from my sister's house in Brooklyn and fighting traffic coming across Flatbush Avenue and come across the Brooklyn Bridge and then come up. That's the only time. So I'll be there Thursday, and I'm leaving Saturday morning, and I'll be in a hotel one night. I won't be I'll be at my sister's Wednesday night. I'll be at a hotel Thursday night. I'll be at my sister's Friday night. And then I'll come back home Saturday. So that's it.
Mr. Rattigan.
Rich man, you don't need nothing, man. I say you when I train them, you know. I collect money.
Mr. Rattigan, when you look at this going on in Jamaica.
Hold on one second, Jeffrey. Somebody's asking, Ubuntu is asking, what about my case with the minister? Which one? Because there are two cases. There's one with the Honorable Minister Kamina Johnson-Smith and the other one with Minister Robert Morgan. One is on appeal, and the other one, we're waiting for the government to respond. The minister responded, and now we're just waiting for the government to respond. So that's that.
Mr. Rattigan, based on what is going on in Jamaica
and
now.
Let me stop right this again. And that money, any money we receive from the government, the money is going, except for legal fees, the money is going into the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation.
Any money you receive from the government?
Huh?
You said any money you receive from the government, you said a while ago?
Yeah, any money received from the government as a result of any lawsuit is
okay.
Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation. Yeah.
All right. When is what is going on in Jamaica, Mr. Rattigan? And that is why you're asking for donation, because you have a justice minister and an attorney general who is hell-bent in putting in somebody must still remain as a DPP. You don't hear any other member of the Jamaican diaspora speaking out about it. I would say the so-called government diaspora that they have over here. You don't hear nobody at all. You don't hear the big names of the people who have old donkey and all this behind their names speak out against something like this. When you see a minister of justice have no regard for the constitutional court, along with Attorney General Mr. Rattigan, that is why you right now is fighting the cause for the Jamaican people. Well, all of us fighting the cause for the Jamaican people to say, look here, enough is enough. Mr. Rattigan, you're an attorney at law, sir. And if a court handed down a judgment about your client, sir, wouldn't you just have to take it and say, okay, I can appeal it, or I can say, okay, forget about it?
Yeah, you can appeal it. You can appeal it. Well, this particular judgment you're talking about, the declaratory judgment, you can appeal it, or you can just go home. But you can't ask for a stay of judgment. You can't ask for a stay so that the person against whom the judgment was rendered can remain in place. In layman's terms, the DPP, the former DPP, Ms. Paula Llewellyn, she must go home and then wait for the appeal to come through. But she can't, there's no stay. And I think they've conceded that there's no stay. They can't keep her in office while the appeal is pending. So that's why they have an acting. But the thing about it is that, and I just finished sending off a communication to the Ministry of Justice, to the Office of the Public Prosecution, to the Office of Constitutional Reform, or whatever, Minister Malahoo Fort's thing. I've sent it off, and I'll ask a very simple question. Please tell me if the lady is acting because the former DPP is on leave or the office is vacant. Very simple question. But it has a lot of ramifications. So we'll see what happens. I just sent it up before I came on the program.
And do you think you'll get an answer, Mr. Rattigan?
I usually get answers from them. I don't know what it is, but I usually get answers from them. And in the instances where I don't get answers from them, I usually follow up through some contacts I have. And in some extreme cases, I've filed with the tribunal. There's a tribunal you can appeal to, and I've gone through the tribunal. And I must say I filed 3 cases with the tribunal. And the tribunal they've never met to discuss any of these three cases because the ministries responded right after I filed, because they're notified that the filing is there, so they've responded.
Mr. Rattigan, there are so many things going on. Lack of water. Let us talk about what's going to happen on May 10th. The protest for May 10th. Let's go back to the protest for May 10th. What will be on the placards around the Jamaican consulate in New York? What will the people be showing on the placards there?
Well, you can bring your placards, by the way. You can bring your own placards, but we have to keep it clean and decent. We don't want any, any derogatory language written. So we are going to provide some placards. We have some from the Miami protest, and we have some that we are making now. They will talk about the issues affecting, the regular Jamaicans here and at home. I tell you one thing they won't be talking about. They won't be talking about business. They won't be talking about another thing. They won't be talking about selling of products, selling of services, or investment. Won't be talking about that, because the ordinary Jamaican here in the diaspora and at home, the conference that some people having on this June 16th through 19th, that's not your conference. That's a big money conference. They're asking you to come in and buy products, sell services, invest, and all of that stuff. And most of us, we can't do it, and that's a fact. Most of us, that's not our conference. The real conference will be held at nighttime, and it will be called the People's Conference, because there we're going to start to talk about the issues affecting ordinary Jamaicans, like water, health, education, housing, security. Those are the issues we're going to talk about and come up with solutions. It would be nice if the government could say, okay, let's put both conferences together, and we will talk about we can talk about our investment schemes, and then you guys talk. But they will never do that. They will never do that, because one of the things that we're going to insist on is that conference cannot be held in Jamaica every 2 years. That's the biggest diaspora conference, and every year it's held in Jamaica. No, nothing against Jamaica, but it's a diaspora conference. And if you look at the title right now, it says 10th biennial diaspora conference. So that conference should be held in the diaspora every 2 years. I have no objections to it being rotated among the three major population centers for Jamaica, and include Jamaica as well. So 1 year you do it in the US, 2 years later Canada, 2 years later the UK, 2 years later Jamaica, 2 years later, and then you do a round robin. I have no problems with that, but you cannot keep this conference always, all the time in Jamaica. It's a money-making venture for them. Plus, remember, you have to pay, in addition to all the expenses, you have to pay to enter the conference. You have to pay, I think it's 150 US, something like that.
Wilfred Rattigan, retired FBI agent and also a talk show host. We're live on Roots 96.1 FM. Mr. Rattigan, what would you tell the Jamaican people right now, sir?
Well, I would tell them, don't go to that conference that they're having. Unequivocally, do not go to that business conference being hosted, planned by the Jamaican government, and unless, as Sharon Terrelong said, unless you have to go pay for your decent passport or citizenship. Sharon, I see you watch the program and all. I love that. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Sharon, them take it down, you can't find it now, That particular flyer, I'm looking for it and I can't find it. Them take it down because I realize a mistake. But that's what happens, when you have a bunch of so-called Einsteins, rocket scientists. That's what happens. And you know what? When I say it, I mean being facetious. Those people, they're not bright. Trust me, they are not bright. We have 9 people sit down on a little committee, and the 9 of us, right? 9 of us combined. there's far more brain power in this group of 9 than the entire government of Jamaica. The entire government of Jamaica. We could come in and turn that place around in no time. Everybody have a specialized area or areas. And when we sit down and we talk, we don't really talk about people. What we really talk about, ideas, solutions, problems. That's what we talk about. So.
Yes, Mr. Rattigan, the question was asking you, what would you tell your Jamaican people right now? That is what is going on.
Yes.
And I know you said don't go to the conference, but what would you say to Jamaicans who are living in Jamaica right now, who are watching us, who are listening to us? I want to say good morning to Rima, Jungle, Tivoli, Backbush, Arnett Garden, Waterhouse. Give me some more names, Mr. Rattigan.
Toile, Compound, Cockburn Pen, Dunkirk. If you get Tivoli, you think you mentioned Jungle, all them places there. Hey, Marie Lizzie, yes, there will be an online link to join the conference in June, our conference in June. And big J64, yeah, we'll have some blank placards and some markers, so you can actually write what you want on it. We'll give that to you. But we'll keep it clean. I mean, no, you'll keep it clean. In fact, yours says get rid of the demagogues, starting. Yeah, all right. Yeah, big J64. That's what I talk about, right? That's all. My message to the Jamaican people living in Jamaica is this: keep faith, keep hope, keep inspired by what you see we're doing in the diaspora. We know in the diaspora that you're cowering out of fear because you can't really, the things that we're doing here, it's unlikely that you will just get up and have an organic movement and see this thing happen in Jamaica, because people are fearful of the security forces. We're not, we're in a place where it's a right that's not only specified in a document, but you can exercise it as well. And as provided you abide by the rules, and that's what we're doing. We're abiding by the rules, and we're going to exercise the right to protest. The only thing is, I wish that when you watch us, we're going to decide on an act of, or acts of solidarity, so that people in Jamaica on May 10th, you can join us in spirit as we raise our voices in unison against everything that's affecting all of us, but particularly the people in Jamaica. So whether it's to wear a white t-shirt or to do this or to do that, we're going to come up with something, and we're going to share it with you as well, because we want to hear your input as to what that act of solidarity should be. But rest assured that we're going forward with the protest, and we're hoping that it will inspire you. It would be nice if you could have a protest in Jamaica, but we don't believe that that's going to happen, because the people are fearful, and so we will have to do a lot of that for you. But there are some things that you can do to display your solidarity with us on May 10th, and we're also going to ask for you to display that solidarity when we do the protests in Canada, the UK, DC, and we're going back to Florida, sunny Florida. You'll see us sometime around September when the weather cool off a little bit. We'll be back. So CG, nothing personal. It's all about the people.
Mr. Rattigan, I don't know if you want to touch on the are you sending out a communique, a press conference communique, sir? You want to touch on that a little bit or not?
We're sending out actually, it was completed last night, and it should be finalized. It's probably finalized already. It should be finalized today. We're sending that out to all the major and minor news outlets. So we're looking to send it to Canadian.
In Jamaica or in the United States here?
All over. We're sending it to an outlet in South Africa. We're sending it to outlets in the UK, Canada, the US, and Jamaica. And also, if you're living in Jamaica, or if you have access to this Sunday Gleaner, we're we're planning right now to put a big ad in the Sunday Gleaner. So stay tuned for that. Yes, Daniel, there's one plan for Washington, D.C. The illustrious Herb Nelson Jr. will be in charge of that. And let me just tell people, because the one down in Florida, they thought people were hiding. And so when Dr. Francis came out and said, look, I'm in charge of this thing here, I'm running it, them said, no, man, I man, I Rattigan and this one and that one. Well, this one in New York, I came out and openly proclaimed, said, listen, I'm doing it under the banner of the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation and the Diaspora Crime Intervention and Prevention Task Force. But I'm me. I coordinate all of this under the banner of Captain Francis and the Crime Intervention and Prevention Task Force. So them now have to look and ask no question about who will do this and who will do that. The one in a DC, Herb Nelson, I go do that one. So them not have to worry about that.
I see somebody in the chat room asking if I'll be covering it. Yes, the Mek Wi Talk program, that's the Mek Wi Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel, will be broadcasting live from the protest on May 10th, 2024 from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Join me live. I'll be speaking to the movers and shakers. I'll be speaking to Jamaicans from all walks of life. And join us on Thursday, May 2nd, from the John, what's the name of the college again, Mr. Rattigan?
John Jay College of Criminal Justice.
From John Jay College of Criminal Justice, where our presenters will be Herb Nelson Jr., Wilfred Rattigan, and Dr. Karen Dunkley. And the topic for that program will be...
The topic for the program will be the impact of corruption on the Jamaican education system. So we will be talking about how corruption has caused our children to be performing below international standards on basic subjects, because there's no money there to provide the education and the support needed to keep our students, on par with the best in the world. We have some outstanding, brilliant students in Jamaica, but the fact of the matter is that we don't have a whole heap of them as we used to and as we must. And so we're going to explore that topic. Dr. Dunkley will talk about it in a generic sense, an overview, and then Herb and I will delve into some specifics. So we'll be talking about like the Rural Reed case. We'll be talking about the former acting permanent secretary who is at home now collecting taxpayers' money, and the one who they were supposed to do the assessment to get the money that she was responsible for giving to this questionable organization, and they waited for the time to expire, and so now you can't get the money back from her. So, so that's what will happen on Thursday at the John Jay College of Criminal Justice in Manhattan.
Continue talking, Mr. Rattigan. I'm looking for that poster. Continue talking for me, please.
Yeah, and people, I just want to know, say, I nothing but love, nothing but love, because we are sitting down here and we are do this. And for me, I'll be honest with you, I don't feel it's a sacrifice. I don't feel it's a chore. I know it's my duty. It is my duty. Every time I come and sit down in front of this microphone and I just look on the picture behind me, I don't need any more inspiration to say or to do. That is all I need to look at, because that place is real. I am familiar with that place. That place is not some Photoshop or something where you get from some other place. No, that's where I used to live. And it looks just like that right now. And I have relatives still living in that neighborhood. I have friends still living in that neighborhood. And the hopelessness is mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. Because you would think that the government would be doing certain things to uplift the community. You hear them talk about Zozo, and them say Zozo is actually a state of emergency along with social services, right? So they come in, them clear the area of all the bad people, them hold it, and then with them do them build. When was the last time you hear about a Zozo doing all of these things that they promised? No. The place behind me really need a Zozo. Really need a Zozo. But when I say Zozo, what they really need is the social services part of a Zozo. not the police part of the Zozo.
Military.
Yeah, the police / military operations part of the Zozo, because those are peaceful people. Yeah, see that, pick up yourself, Jeffrey. Yeah, Karen, me, and the great Herb Nelson. Yeah, we all gotta go do a thing, you know. Yeah. So if you can make it come out, because what we're gonna do, we're gonna talk to the young people and share our thoughts and ideas with them, and also inspire them to come out and stand up for the rights of our people on May 10th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on the corner of 42nd Street and 2nd Avenue in front of the Jamaican Consulate. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow. We have a big day on Thursday ahead of us, Mr. Rattigan. We also have a big day on May 10th ahead of us. And, you know, when you sit down, I see somebody write something here. I think I know this person, but Mr. Rattigan, you know who this person is, do you know? Anyway.
Make a what? Ask about the food truck. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about. I still need. I have to make a decision this Sunday, right? So what will happen is that people have to, when you tune in on Saturday to listen to Wilfred Rattigan, you have to give me an indication as to whether or not it's worthwhile to have the food truck, or you'll just find your own food. If you tell me that, yeah, you know, we'll buy food, blah blah blah, then I'll tell the food truck guy to come. But remember the deal what we have though. We have to give him some money in case he does not make the money that he wouldn't make over by his normal spot.
But Mr. Rattigan, is there a Caribbean food place anywhere around that area that maybe we can go there or something? I don't know. It all depends, you know. But as what he said, that, you know, we have to make a commitment to that food truck person. Can we support him? Are we gonna support him or not? Are we gonna get our own food? It all depends what plans we all have. But this is what we're gonna do. Come on May 10th at the protest down there in okay, there is a news coming into our newsroom here. Vaz found guilty. Okay, I'm not getting. They didn't give me the entire thing. They give me half of it. Let me check something here. I said one of the Vaz found guilty, Mr. Rattigan, for his declaration for 2019.
Which one of them?
I'm trying to figure out which Vaz they're talking about, because whoever sent this to me, they give me the correct thing.
Let me just say, because our sister Maria just called me because she was calling asking about the issue we discussed when I first came on, which has to do with the Observer article. And let me just say it again, that we had no meeting with no government official. What we had was a discussion to have a meeting with them, and there's certain provisions that we laid down, and we said these are the things that we will meet and we will talk. But there are certain things that if they're not going to agree to these things, then there's no point in meeting. So yeah, we're willing to meet with them, but we're not going to meet unless we are considered and we feel and we know that.
Hold on for me, Mr. Rattigan. I do apologize to you. I have to cut you. We want to say thanks to Roots 96.1 FM for joining us. Thank you once more for coming, for being a part of the Mek Wi Talk program here on the Mek Wi Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel. I want to say thanks to all the members and staff at Roots FM. Thank you all very much for joining us. Until you hear a voice again on Roots FM, may God bless and may God bless Jamaica land we love. Miss Isis, take it away. Go ahead, Mr. Rattigan.
Yeah. I just want to make it clear to everybody that there was no meeting. It was a telephone call about a possible meeting. No meeting has taken place. It's that simple.
Yeah, I'm trying to find something here to give
Oh,
you
that's a
correct.
Kean Brown's doing Baz pleads guilty to IC charge.
Oh, here it is.
Latest
The
by
Observer is
Jamaica
saying now.
Observer.
Yeah, go ahead. The Observer is saying former People's National Party member of Parliament for from Westmoreland East doing Vaz on Tuesday plead guilty for the IC commission in halfway 3. In other words, this man is pleading guilty for not for his decorations. Okay. Yes, welcome back to our program. Ratty.
Yeah.
Yes, we're not gonna stay long on this topic or what happened with the article in the Jamaica Observer. It is already said. Mr. Rattigan has just came out and said categorically that there was no meeting. There was no meeting between. You have something to say, sir?
No. Go ahead.
Well, yes, there was no meeting between the Jamaican government and members of the diaspora. There was no meeting. So what the Observer is saying, well, we don't know. We can't say it's fake news or what, but we don't know where they get the news from or whatever.
No, I think what happened is that the Observer, I think what they did was they classified the phone call as a meeting, but the phone call was not. Yeah, but the phone call was not a meeting. The phone call was a discussion about having a meeting. There's no meeting.
Wow. There was no meeting at all.
No,
The Observer
in fact, the person we spoke with said that they were going to talk to officials about setting up this meeting. So no meeting took place. No.
Mr. Rattigan, have you seen the glean? Go ahead.
Have I seen one?
No, go ahead, sir.
No. Go ahead. Have I seen the Gleaner?
Yeah, have you seen the Gleaner where they said that the People's National Party is gaining momentum in the polls?
No, I'll be honest with you. I don't read those things, because I don't want to be distracted about these side shows. That's a side show for me. My main focus is to get the government to act in the spirit of its promises. That's all it is to take care of the people. And where it is not, my job is to highlight the deficiencies and the ills and bring it to the forefront. And then, if necessary, take whatever action, legal action is necessary to make the change. Have the government do a course correction and take care of people. But in terms of who's leading on the polls and all that stuff, I don't spend my time looking at that. Similarly, the article that came out, I haven't read it, and like I said, I won't even read it. I don't have time for that. Today I was busy doing. Tell you what I got up and I was doing. It took me a long time, several hours. I drafted an affidavit which will be filed with the GLC, the General Legal Council in Jamaica, and the purpose of that is for them to sanction. That's the body that regulates attorneys, for them to sanction the former DPP based on her action in the Vibes Cartel case, based on her interview on nationwide radio after the Privy Council made its decision, right? So there are certain canons, certain rules concerning ethical behavior and criminal behavior as well. And so I spent my time researching that, and I've finished drafting it, and so that's what I spend my time doing. I also did the ATI, as I mentioned, to Minister Malahoo Fort's office, to Minister Delroy Chuck's office, and also to the office of the DPP, trying to find out if she's on leave or if the office is vacant. So that's where I spend my time. I don't spend my time watching the partisan stuff. I try to stay out of that, because you get dragged into that, you lose focus, and I cannot and I will not lose focus concerning my mission to help the people of Jamaica, whether they're living in or outside Jamaica.
You're talking about this interview on Nation.
Fallout,
Llewellyn's
the
shocking comments
discussions.
on Vibes Cartel Privy
Yes,
Council
the
appeal.
heat from the Vibes Cartel Privy Council ruling continue. And this morning, for the first time, the DPP was responding since the judgment came down last Thursday morning. And she was asked by Tona and Ricardo about the advice she gave to the judge in the trial after it was revealed that there was an attempt to bribe the jurors.
DPP, having been told that all of your jurors in 2014 had been offered a $500,000 bribe, why did you not advise the judge that it was probably best to dismiss the jury, which was now obviously tainted?
You see, you are now trying to get me to discuss the matter, and I told you that I didn't wish to.
No, but certainly this point, DPP, is important because here the law lords are saying you advised the judge that you were prepared to proceed even though you knew that the entire panel, 11 jurors the forewoman told you, had been offered bribes. Wouldn't that mean in your judgment, DPP, that the entire jury, as the law lords have now found, was contaminated and should have been terminated or discharged?
Well, first of all, I am not the judge.
True, but you gave advice that you were prepared to proceed, and what I'm trying to understand.
We were prepared to proceed.
But why were you prepared to proceed with a jury that was contaminated?
No. All the other factors, that some of which I cannot go into in terms of.
So you were thinking about cost. You were thinking about how long the matter had been going.
We were also thinking of security issues. There were a lot of other issues that we cannot go into the public domain, and what our information from the foreman was, what she was saying, was that all of the attempts had to do with acquittal.
We're not going to play all of this because we all knew what she said.
No, keep playing. There's a part where people need to hear.
Okay, go ahead. I will. All right, sir.
Fallout,
Llewellyn's
the
shocking comments
discussions.
on Vibes Cartel Privy Council appeal.
Heat from the Vibes Cartel Privy Council ruling continue. And this morning, for the first time, the DPP was responding since the judgment came down last Thursday morning. And she was asked by Tona and Ricardo about the advice she gave to the judge in the trial after it was revealed that there was an attempt to bribe the jurors.
DPP, having been told that all of your jurors in 2014 had been offered a $500,000 bribe, why did you not advise the judge that it was probably best to dismiss the jury, which was now obviously tainted?
You see, you are now trying to get me to discuss the matter, and I told you that I didn't wish to.
No, but certainly this point, DPP, is important because here the law lords are saying you advised the judge that you were prepared to proceed even though you knew that the entire panel, 11 jurors the forewoman told you, had been offered bribes. Wouldn't that mean in your judgment, DPP, that the entire jury, as the law lords have now found, was contaminated and should have been terminated or discharged?
Well, first of all, I am not the judge.
True, but you gave advice that you were prepared to proceed, and what I'm trying to understand.
We were prepared to proceed.
But why were you prepared to proceed with a jury that was contaminated?
No. All the other factors, that some of which I cannot go into in terms of.
So you were thinking about cost. You were thinking about how long the matter had been going.
We were also thinking of security issues. There were a lot of other issues that we cannot go into the public domain, and what our information from the foreman was, what she was saying, was that all of the attempts had to do with acquittal. Clearly, if it had been the other way, we would have, clearly, given the overriding objective of any case, which is fairness to the accused. But what would have been perhaps planted in the mind of the jurors is, okay, you need to acquit. And remember that these persons, at least two of them, are very famous. So it would have been, as far as the prosecution, when we discussed it, we would have been at those ones at a great disadvantage. This is not the first time.
But with the greatest respect, DPP, that's not persuasive, because what I want you to focus on is the fact that the process now had been corrupted and contaminated, and you advised the judge that you were comfortable proceeding with a contaminated and corrupt process.
This is not the first time that I have had to deal with jury tampering.
And be that as it may, in the exercise of your judgment, why did you not see it fit to bring to an end a matter that had been corrupted?
After 64 days of trial?
Isn't the interest of protecting the impartial trial greater than the length of time that had elapsed?
I agree with you on paper, but I have done other cases where there has been jury tampering to the great negative of the prosecution. I have seen cases, I've seen jury inquiries where the juror, having been questioned, it was quite clear that it was either an accused person or an accused person's relative that approached the juror. And the juror was able to indicate to the court that it did not make any difference. He would still be able to have an impartial situation in his mind. I have had the experience. I've prosecuted many.
Yeah. So,
Mr. Rattigan, in which democracy, I have to say this, in which modern democracy can a chief prosecutor for a country tell the nation and indeed the world that she has dealt with tainted jurors before?
Yeah, and that is what I spent a great deal of this morning doing, is to collate all of the statements that she's made concerning this particular issue, along with the decision by the court saying that there was a miscarriage of justice, and that she essentially, they're saying she aided and abetted it because she's the one who agreed with the judge, or she's the one who told the judge that she didn't have any objection to it moving forward, and then the judge did what he had to do. And so we're putting all of those things together, and we're filing them with the GLC. Now, folks, you have a job to do as well. We all have to file with the GLC. I had mentioned earlier that we all have to file letters with the king, and very few people, in fact, I can think of only one or two people who wrote to the king. That's not going to do it. And with this thing with the GLC, we need to get the affidavits and the complaints in. So on the website, once we're done, I will put it on the website so everybody can go and see, and then I'll give you the email address as well, so you can go and you can file your own complaint, because the more complaints we have, the less likely that the GLC will not look into the matter, because we're also going to provide it to the media. So we're all in this thing together. And here's the result of having a whole bunch of people file. It's going to be the GLC must look into the matter. And if they look into the matter, because I come up with 8 violations that I've seen. 8. And even if them find her guilty upon 7, because I'm optimistic, no, them find her guilty upon all 8, they will have to suspend her. So she won't be able to practice law. She won't have a law license.
But what I don't understand, I want to say thanks to all those who are just joining us. We're speaking to Wilfred Rattigan, retired FBI agent, and we're talking about what is going on in Jamaica. Mr. Rattigan, you don't hear no member of the Jamaican diaspora, apart from us here, who has been speaking out against what is going on in Jamaica with the DPP and other issues that is going on in our country, Mr. Rattigan. Is it that they're so cozy up with the people of the Vumvavon and the Vumvavi, the people who have who can give them the order of this and the order of that. Why they don't want to speak up, Mr. Rattigan?
Look, I wish I could get into their heads and tell you that, yeah, this is why they're doing it. We can only speculate. And when you have, when people in the diaspora tell you that it's fine, you know, with the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council, the way it's presently constituted and operated, that it's fine, then you really have to question that person's loyalty to the people of Jamaica. You really have to look into whether this is done for their acceptance of this agreement, and the mechanism in place is based on personal gain. You really have to question that, because I don't think people in their right minds, looking at the way this thing is set up and the way it's functioning, would say, oh yeah, it's great, we don't have any problems with it. I don't think so. It's either you don't know what the facts are and you just go along to get along, or you do know what the facts are, but you say, you know what, I get mine and I'm getting mine, so I don't care about the other people. You know, I'm getting the contracts, I'm getting the acceptance, I'm getting I'm getting the access to these people, and so I don't care about anybody because it's all about me. Then you certainly don't have any place in our organization, because it's all about you, and for us it's all about the people. So seems so. So it go.
Mr. Rattigan, are you prepared to take about maybe a few calls before we go?
Yes.
Because I know we have other things to do, we have to organize ourselves and so forth. For those who want to call into the program, the numbers are 954-529-8030. We're going to take some calls now, and you can ask Mr. Rattigan any question you want to ask him pertaining to what is going on, and also what we have planned in New York, and also what we have planned on Thursday coming up.
And sorry to interrupt you, Jeffrey. Let me just say, Charmaine, yeah, the press release will be on the website. It will be all over the place. It will be plastered all over the place. And then don't forget to tune in this Saturday to Reason with Rattigan, because this Saturday we will have John Lennon. His presentation was sabotaged last week, Saturday. Can't think of a better word, because everything was fine until he came on. Then all of a sudden his presentation, it just disintegrated because we couldn't show the videos, couldn't show all the things that he sent to us to assemble and line up, and we could pull them down for him. So he's coming back to do that piece on the Honorable Minister Nigel Clark and his presentation as far as the financial health and situation of Jamaica is concerned. Then we're going to have Dr. Ben. Dr. Ben is coming back, and he's coming back for a full session. So everything you want to know about prostate and fibroids and hypertension and all of these things, problems with your kidneys, and he will be here to talk about Caribbean indigenous medicine. And you cannot afford to miss this presentation. We will also have one of my dearest friends, a retired FBI agent, Gamal Abdel Hafiz. He will be here to discuss how to develop a robust source/intelligence base. So we're going to be giving ideas to the JCF, and I think we have one more guest lined up. So you can't miss it this Saturday. No matter what, you can't miss it.
And in the meantime, I want you to go back and tell our viewers and listeners who are listening to us and watching us from around the world and the Eastern Caribbean about what we have planned for Thursday, what we have planned for May 10th.
And well, 1 second. Ubuntu, we can't get the flag. The reason why we have the US flag on it is because the protest is in the US. I suspect that when they get to Canada, they'll have the Jamaican flag and the Canadian flag. When they get to the UK, they'll have the UK flag and the Jamaican flag.
Out of respect, we have to do that.
Right. So that you can't get that, we won't be able to get that flag with just Jamaica alone, because you have to remember that you will have a lot of dual citizens out there, Jamaicans and Americans. So because the protest is being held in America, traditionally and otherwise. That's how it's done. You put the flag of the place where you live, and then you put the flag, the country of your birth. You put that flag after. So we won't be able to satisfy that request for you. Let me see who else. Let me see. Is there any questions here? Because you open the phone line and we're not getting a question, right?
Yes, so, I'm getting the call at all.
Oh, megawatt. Yeah. Kevin, where you there? In fact, it's funny because the t-shirt company right now, they're working on that, on a particular t-shirt. We're going to give those away. We're going to give those away as gifts, as
souvenirs.
Not a lot we have. But the shirt actually says Kevin, where you there on the front, and on the back, it's gonna ask for your support of the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation and the Crime Intervention and Prevention Task Force and the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council. Registered one. We're gonna ask all that, and then there will be 2 QR codes on the back, one for PayPal and the other for Zelle. So I'm glad you mentioned that. Yeah, we have that. We have
a call coming in. Hello, caller. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, hi, Jeffrey. Hi, Mr. Rattigan. I would like to find out something.
Hold on for me, ma'am. You have your TV on in the background?
No, I'm watching you while I have on my cell phone.
Please turn
it's okay, I turn it off.
Yeah,
I turn it off. Okay. I turn it off.
Go ahead.
Okay. I was finding out from Mr. Rattigan. I really donate to the organization, and I try to donate every month. But I was trying to come to the one in New York, but I couldn't because I wanted to take my sister. But the fare is too high. So I would like to find out when you get those pictures.
When you get those what, ma'am?
When he gets the shirt, can we buy one and then he can donate it to somebody that cannot buy one?
Well, I think yes, you can. What she's saying, Mr. Rattigan, that she wants to buy one of the T-shirt, but you have to donate it to somebody who cannot buy one. So I think what she wants to do is maybe send you the cash, and then you select somebody who can't buy one.
Oh, can't buy a T-shirt. Okay, fair enough.
Yes.
Fair enough. Yes.
Well, how would we get to send the money? Because I donate to the One Legal Foundation. I donate every month. So I would like to know how you would send the money different from the T-shirt. Can I go to my checking account just the same?
She's asking if she can go through her checking account just the same. She's asking if she can go through her checking account just the same to send you the cash pertaining to the T-shirt.
Right. She can do that. She can use a credit card, a debit card, Zelle, PayPal.
But how would you know that cash now is for to get a T-shirt to somebody who can't afford one? Maybe for somebody in Jamaica or something we don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because I won't be there, but I would like to buy one.
Right. So what we'll do is that she can indicate when she send the donation in that T-shirt for indigent or somebody who cannot afford a T-shirt. Just indicate on that, and then we know that.
Okay.
Yes. So what you can do for us, caller, is to still send the cash to the One Jamaica Legal Defense
Right.
But indicate what is it for.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Cashier sees
okay, thank you guys. Good work.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, and thanks for your support. Your continued support. Cashier said that she donated 25, so please, she wants a T-shirt to go to someone. That's fine. We just have to make a Jeffrey, just make a note of that for me because I don't have a pen right there. Our Cashier, if you could just
hold on. Cashier, why don't you WhatsApp what you just did to the to this number here? There's a WhatsApp number too. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Mek Wi Talk program.
Said there's not a comment section on the website.
Good afternoon to you, lovely gentlemen. And you know what I am so endorsed or happy to see you guys doing a little talk show every now and then to put some education into the ghetto youth and the people of Jamaica. So yeah, man, we really appreciate one of them because you see, growing up as a kid, we never have much education. We have education, but we just happy to see intelligent people that can come try show the youth them of the tomorrow something,
Yes.
So me not really, me just get home and me not really know what I discuss about. So me sorry if me never explain that first.
We appreciate your call, man. Thank you.
Yeah, man, and Mr. Rattigan, thumbs up to you, man, and your buddy, your friend, man.
Yes, man.
What name? Wayne.
What's up?
Yeah, man, big up to him every time, man, and big up to Andre Stevens too. So, we love all them to talk show, yeah, man, because you see, as me say, I know all of we grow up with education. Some people get more than we, some of we I go through, which me one of them type, that's stupid, you understand? So, we just love to see people like we come and talk show and company here and put stuff in a young people head we can elevate from what we must one and learn from the other, you understand?
Right.
So, we just had calling for telling no thanks. And Mr. Me never was like the young generation that come to learn off. Me soon done and put with. So anyway, just keep up the good work and may God bless you on the family and blessings to the whole of Jamaica and people start wise up and learn off. You understand?
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Thank you very much for
calling. So, yeah, man, blessings to you guys and may God bless everybody and peace to the world and love.
Love is still the same to you back. Thank you very much, sir, for
yeah.
calling.
Yes, sir. Blessings, man. Love every day. All right, sir.
Mr. Rattigan,
yes, sir.
You can tell us the price of the t-shirt.
Have the t-shirt. They're gonna put up the t-shirt.
Yes.
The t-shirt is $25 a pop, and even though they charge us more for the triple X and the quadruple X, but it's fine. It's $25 a pop, and like I said, the money is going towards a worthy cause.
I may not have the correct one up here because I didn't get the correct one from you as yet.
Oh,
so
yeah, that's not it.
Yes,
that's not it. But there are a couple of things missing off of that. I can send it to you now.
Please, we can put it up. But in the meantime, you can talk about this. In the meantime, when they're sending that to me.
Yeah. Hold on a second.
The numbers to call into the program is 954-529-8030. We have Mr. Rattigan on. You can call and ask about, how if you want to buy one of the t-shirts and donate it to somebody, either here in the United States or wherever,
I just sent it to you.
Okay.
So now here's the thing. No, with this thing here. No, let me just walk, family. Just walk with me. And I want it to be absolutely clear that what we have here is a true democracy in the sense that whatever I say is not gospel. I'm just giving you what I believe to be the absolute truth. So if you have information that what I'm saying is not true, I'm not offended if you come out and say, what you said there was incorrect, and correct me, because that's the only way I can become a better person. By being corrected, because nobody here is perfect. Certainly not me, but I try to do an outstanding job of providing the truth. I don't know if I always succeed, but the only way I'm going to know is when you point out my faults to me, and I have lots of them. We all do, but I only go and focus on me. I have lots of faults, so point them out to me. I'm not offended. I think I'm a very good listener, and I'm a very patient person. And I'm not thin-skinned. I don't get offended easily. Some people out there, they know how to offend me, but not the overwhelming majority of you do not. And so I will listen. And if it makes sense, if you show me something, I don't shy away from the truth, right? And the truth is like sunshine. It's there. You see it. and the truth. So let me talk about this now. The first thing is that you see up the top left where it says Jamaica Diaspora Crime Intervention Prevention Task Force. That's been a bone of contention with the bogus Global Jamaica Diaspora Council. They're claiming, and the government of Jamaica, they're claiming that they own the rights to that logo. The problem is we can't find anywhere where they have the rights to that logo. It's not registered. It's not registered. And if they register it as the government of Jamaica, then they have a problem, because then now you have the government. It's clear evidence now that the government will be running the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council, which is what they don't want to do. That's why they claim it is a movement, and therefore they don't have to register it. But there are problems with the movement. If you read the terms of reference, the movement is controlled by the Jamaican government, and therefore the people who are representatives, they have to file under the Foreign Agents Registration Act, telling the U.S. government that, at least the ones in the United States, telling the U.S. government that they're agents of a foreign power. Now, that sounds ominous. That sounds suspicious when you say, I'm an agent of a foreign power, right? And especially those working with a clearance. Your clearance will be in jeopardy once they find out, once it's determined that you're working under the auspices of the Jamaican government. So this logo that you see there, the globe with the green, yellow, gold, and black, that's a sore point with them. And so they're saying that they threatened legal action. And I say to my colleagues, let them bring the legal action, because the question is, who's going to bring it? The government? Because now, if they bring it, they're going to expose their hand. They're going to show that they're the ones really in charge of this thing, right? So they haven't registered. So that's the first thing. And then you see below it where it says, in association with the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council. That is the council that is registered. That is the one we're talking about. The ones where the registration has been filed with the government, local government and the national government, state government and the federal government. So they don't have any claims to the name. And if they do lay claims to the name, then they're going to have to form their organization. They're going to have to put up their bylaws and all of that. And again, it's going to show the involvement of the Jamaican government, and what that will tell the U.S., that will signal to the U.S. government that they have agents working in the United States, if it's run by a foreign government, right? And they call every government outside of the U.S. government a foreign government. So that's going to be a problem. You're going to have a host of American laws being violated. And so that's why they can't do it. Their hands are tied. I mean, we could tell them that we're going to do it and not do it, and they still wouldn't do it. They still wouldn't do it because they cannot. They cannot. So the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council, that name has been filed with state government and the federal government. So that takes care of the two, the logo and the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council. Now it says Jamaica, you move it.
Sorry, go ahead.
You move it.
There you go. No,
that's not.
Sorry.
Yeah, there you go. So it says, Jamaicans and friends of Jamaica, let's raise our voices in protest against what? What are we out there doing? What will we be out there doing on Friday? On May 10th. We'll be protesting against corruption. Nobody, I don't think you'll find a single Jamaican, not a single. I'm willing to bet money on this, that there's not a single Jamaican who can say that there's no corruption in Jamaica. Some of them will say, well, there is, you could say the same thing about America. And they'd be right. However, that's not the issue. The issue is Jamaica. If we want to talk about America, that's something else. We are here fighting for Jamaica. And we're saying the corruption is out of control. Jamaica's corruption problem is astounding. I think they rank 40 or 41, and they say anything below 50 on the corruption index is considered very corrupt. So Jamaica is very corrupt. Nobody's gonna. So we need to highlight that. Crime. We need to highlight that crime is crime is on the rise. Don't let them fool you and tell you that, well, the murder rate or the crime rate went down 7% from last year or from last year to date, the corresponding period, meaning last year, January through April, to this year, January through April, it's down. Because that's not the measurement. That's not the measurement. Listen to me, family. Think critically. In 2015 and 2016, the opposition party, which is now the government, they asked Jamaicans who could vote to vote for them because the crime rate was too high. The murder rate, they say, was too high, even though 3 of the 4 highest murder rates occurred under their watch prior to 2016, and I think 2 times prior to that, where it was 1,600 and change, right? But they came to the Jamaican public and they said, listen, you need to vote for us so that we can control crime, because we are the ones who will let you sleep with your windows and your doors open. Family, do not forget that. Do not forget that. That's what the clarion call for people to vote was about. It was, or at least one of them, it was, we need to do something about the crime rate. And what was the crime rate? It was 1,208. I mean, the murder rate. 1,208 people were slaughtered in 2015. 1,208. This government took over in February 2016. So they have to be 1,208 because that's what they campaigned against. You can't come to me now. I have 1,500 last year, and this year you have like maybe, 20 people, 20 fewer people murdered, and then say, oh, the crime rate, we cut the crime rate. No. You must supposed to cut it from when you talk about, say it was too high. So that's where we need to go back. So we'll be out there talking about that. Poverty went up, I think 16 or 17%. And there's a dollar limit as to what they consider poverty. I don't remember what it is, but if you earn below that, then you're at the poverty level. And Jamaica's poverty level is at, I think, almost 17%. Think about that. Almost 1/5 of your population are starved. Failed healthcare. We don't need to talk about that. We know what's going on there. So poor education. We know what's going on there. Just recently, there was an international study that came out saying that Jamaican students were performing below standards in basic subjects. And we know, and we've heard the stories about students who leave primary school and can't read. Basic comprehension, they can't manage it. And the same thing for some high school students, right? So those are some of the things that we're going to protest about. Then, of course, in addition, we're going to protest about the Prime Minister's is statutory declarations that they cannot verify going back to 2022. And we haven't heard anything about this. 2021, 2022, and the 2023 one, which became due March 31st of this year. We haven't heard anything about that. The illicit 6, we haven't heard anything about that. And the beat goes on and on and on. So those are the things we're going to be protesting about. So you need to come out. If you're a true-blooded Jamaican, if you care about Jamaica more than you care about politics and party and color, you need to come out there. This is one way that this is one way we're going to hold our leaders to account. Because when you guys see the press release that we're sending out to the entire world, I can hear what they're going to say. Because Rona, so we have critical thinkers. And we have people with foresight. So we can actually look down the road and figure out what they're thinking, what their strategy is, what they'll do. One of the things you will hear when the press release comes out is that we are mash up brand Jamaica. That's what you're going to hear. And we've heard it before. They are mash up brand Jamaica when put out this. What you must ask them is, say to them, say, is there anything on that list that is incorrect? Is there anything on the list that is incorrect? And if them can't tell you, them can't point you, then you know who are mash up Jamaica, because that is what we're doing with the press release. We're saying, Uno a mash up Jamaica. And so we are going to highlight these things so that Uno can stop mash up Jamaica. Because if you don't shed light on it, they will continue to do it.
Yes.
They'll continue to do it. So that's what this thing is about. You know, it's about holding them accountable, and we don't care who is in power. We are just going to hold the people who have control over the purse strings and decision making. We're going to hold them accountable for the people in Jamaica who are voiceless or fearful.
Mr. Rattigan.
Triple A, right. Only them alone for mash up brand Jamaica. Only them alone.
An anonymous person just WhatsApped me a while ago. The person does not want anyone to know who she is, or who they are rather, but she is sending $100 to buy 4 shirts to give away, Mr. Rattigan.
All right, then you can collect the money and then I can give you the shirts and you keep them away. All right.
So, you know,
buy out the shirts and people, buy out the shirt. Because you see this shirt here? This shirt here now is memorabilia. This shirt, I don't know, ordinary t-shirt. This shirt is memorializing the first time in the history of Jamaica that diaspora members have taken to the streets of New York to demonstrate against bad governance in Jamaica. First time. So this shirt, you have to keep this shirt as memorabilia. Buy it and keep back. Wait, wear it. You have to wear it. Wear it if you're there. You wear it Friday. But after that, more you just keep the shirt, because this shirt will become important to you, because there'll come a time when the government will have to take certain steps to address, whether this government or another government, to address certain things. And you can look on the shirt and said, I was a part of that change. I was a part of the group that went out and complained vigorously and vociferously to the point where changes were made. Whether it's changes by this government or changed by the people to install another government, but changes were made for the benefit of the Jamaican people. You're going to need this shirt as a reminder. Believe me. Not that your memory will go, but you're going, in time to come, you're going to hold up this shirt and you're going to have very fond memories of coming out there next week, Friday, and associate yourself with all your family members, the one them you know and the one them you never know. When we raise our voices against the injustice and the yoke that's been put around the people's necks. That's what we are talking about.
So for those, just remember, come on down on May 10th, sorry, on May 10th. Come on down, get your t-shirts. For those who want to buy t-shirts for somebody else and donate to somebody, indicate to us, please indicate to us that you're donating XQYZ towards that to get the shirts for somebody. Please indicate to us and let us send it to somebody else. Give it to go ahead, Mr. Rattigan.
And let me just say that somebody just put inside here that somebody talk about violence or whatever. It's fine. The police will be there. We will be there. We're not afraid of nobody. Nobody. So we will be there, and people just don't worry about no fear factor, anything like that. The police will be out there, and we will be there.
In their numbers.
We'll be there. Right. So them can't threaten nobody around here. Can't threaten nobody around here. So just come out and make we have a good time. and deal with the case. If at Jamaica, yeah, then probably could have do something like that and get to and things like that. But I try something. But believe me, the NYPD, they have something called an intelligence unit. And they will be working.
But not only Mr. Rattigan. But not only Mr. Rattigan. For those who are coming on social media and saying XQYZ, in case you don't know, there's many ways of tracking you down, you know. So
don't say another word. Not say another word, Jeffrey. Not say another word. Because tomorrow me I meet with the police. So not say another word. Not say another word. Somebody, Douglas Allen said, put the year and date of the protest on the shirts. Yes, Douglas. The year and
that's a very good idea, you know.
It's on the back. It's on the back of the shirt.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. Yeah. Good. So there you have it.
Diana, we're not afraid of nobody. Nobody. We're not afraid of Oh, we never. Oh, yeah. Some people came to me and said, hey, listen, I want a black t-shirt. Some people say I want a yellow. So I went and I ordered some more shirts yesterday. It's a limited amount, but we have yellow and we have black. Now, keep in mind that it's not the end of the world if you don't get your yellow or your black or your white next week, Friday or before, because we have a t-shirt print shop on board and them can make up the t-shirts and we can send them out. So it's not a problem. And I'm in New York all the time. So if you're anywhere along the East Coast, Mid-Atlantic, so we'll get it to you. Don't worry about it. So Herbie T, big up yourself. Herbie T said, this are the US. See him so?
Yep.
See him so.
For those who wish to call in before we go off air, you can call in because we're going to go off air anytime soon. But we just want to make everybody know that we are. Where is my t-shirt, Ratty? Rattigan, where's my
the shirts. We have the shirts, man. We have the shirts.
Yes.
We have the shirts. And by the way, let me just throw this out there.
Go ahead.
One of my brethren who work with me upon the Joint Terrorism Task Force, I won't say his name, but when I see him, when we know him, I don't have to say nothing more when you see that man. The man that got there around the place. So we're good.
Oh, yeah.
We're good, Jeffrey. We're good.
Of course, we're going to have it security tight like anything.
Anthony, we don't have blue. We have yellow, black, and white. If you want blue, we'll have to order that later on. Ubuntu, yeah, we have XL. Security tight. Same some megawatt.
Megawatt is something else, you know. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, people, we will be streaming the Mek Wi Talk program. Will be streaming around the world, like what we're doing now. But come May 10th, we'll be streaming around the world. We'll be streaming in South Africa, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, all over the place for this protest that we're having. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. I think Carlos will be streaming live from there too. But I know point blank, I'll be streaming live from there. There's two occasions we'll be streaming live from. We'll be streaming live from the John Hopkins, the name of the college we're going to stream live from again on Thursday.
Oh, yeah, the John G. College of Criminal Justice.
Yes, Ratty, speak some more about this, please.
Yeah, the impact of corruption on the Jamaican education system. That's a topic we'll be chatting about on Thursday at the John J. College of Criminal Justice. And, you know, I have fond memories of John J. John J. is a school. It's the premier law enforcement college in America. If you want to become a lawyer, an investigator, CIA, FBI, ATF, DEA, police, whatever, that's the place you go. They specialize in law enforcement training. That's where I went. So it's going to bring back some fond memories because I haven't been back to that building since I left 19 long time. So, and then we'll be talking about the impact of corruption on the Jamaican education system. Dr. Karen Dunkley, as you know, she's a noted educator. She'll be talking about that impact in a generic sense. She's not going to point to anything in Jamaica. She's just going to talk about, in a generic sense, how it can impact it. And then Herb Nelson and I, we will then take it from there and then drill down into how it's affecting the students in Jamaica. So we'll talk about the low scores that Jamaican students have compiled on these international standard tests to show that they're not doing well in basic subjects. We'll talk about the monies that have been diverted from educating our students to profiting people, making some people pockets get fat. And in the case of Dr. Grace McLean, where she was supposed to pay some money back and the government wasted time in moving forward with the assessment, and whatever money she paid out, we can't get it back. We're not getting it back. Millions, we're not getting it back. Right? These are some of the things that we're going to be talking about. We're going to talk about, I think there's a Bulla program, our program where a company was supposed to provide some nutritious bullas or something like that, to some food to the schools, and the money just, these are the things that we're going to be talking about. So if you can make it there, come on out. If you can't, Jeffrey will be streaming it live. So, and I'm sure the government will be tuned in as well.
Indeed. So there you have it. We'll be coming to you live this Thursday with the program, the Mek Wi Talk program. We're coming to you live from that college. Mr. Rattigan, do you have anything you want to say before we go off air, or could we continue for another 2.5 hours?
Well, we could continue for another 3, but since it's at 2.5, no, I can't do 2.5. I can only do 3 hours. So, yeah, but in parting, because I have some stuff to do with Jamaican government. This thing has occupied my entire life, folks. I'll make a revelation to all of you, and this is the first time I'm doing it on any program. I'm actually writing a book, and hoping that this book will be turned into a movie. I'm telling you, the stories in this book, they're just absolutely amazing. And I started this book during COVID, and I think I'm up to 300 pages, and there were some significant events that happened while I was writing the book. I can't tell you no, but you're gonna find it really, really strange and funny. And I stopped, and I'm still at one point I had writer's block. So I stopped and then started putting my attention into these programs. And I haven't picked up the computer to continue writing. I plan to do so in short order. So a lot of the programs I'm doing now, I won't be around to do them as frequently as I am now, because I'm going to spend time on just trying to finish up this book. And stay tuned for it. I don't know when I'm going to finish it, because there's so many stories to write about. And every single one of them will keep you riveted, your attention riveted to the book. You won't be able to put it down. So, but that's someplace down the road. What we're doing now, we're focused on getting these protests. Oh, somebody asked, when is a protest in Canada? It's tentatively scheduled for late June, early July. The one in DC is going to be mid-June. So I suspect that the one in Canada will be like maybe early July, like maybe the second week of July. And the one in England will be, we have to talk to the folks over there, but I suspect that it will be sometime in maybe August. And then the one in Miami is going to be around late September.
Sorry, Mr. Rattigan, we have a call coming in. Sorry, hold a minute. Hello, caller. Welcome to the program.
Hello, Mr. Tavares and Mr. Rattigan.
How are you doing?
I'm very good. And I'm not good because all this excitement is taking place in the US. And I don't know what's going on for England.
Fly on over, man. Fly over and you can get the excitement on May 10th.
Yeah, in fact.
All right, that sounds good, but it's too late. But I hope I'm not too late.
In fact, let me just inform you that we have some folks coming over from England to join us on the 10th of May in New York City. I know a few people.
That's fine. Yeah, I knew you were arranging it, but I missed out on a few of the vloggings, and I just came on and I saw the notification, came home and I saw the notification. So I don't know if you already said anything, but that's too late for me now. Because I came back from Jamaica a month now, and money and everything used up. You know, Jamaica nice, no matter what. Expensive but nice. So when are you having meeting? When are you gonna arrange one in England?
Yeah, the protest. We were just talking about that. The protest. Yes, the protest. The protest in England is tentatively scheduled for, I think it's like mid-July right now. But we have to talk to some folks over there and then work out the details. But
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh, but I'm telling you, we are so blessed to have guys like you, or gentlemen like you, leaders like you, and people who really knows, you know, all this ins and out that we don't know. Because remember, we're not educated. Because I'm way back then, so I don't understand anything about constitution and democratic. We weren't taught all these things. It's only that when we come to foreign country, we kind of see how the other countries run, and then we say, oh, so that doesn't have no sense. We don't say something you go. And I mean, it's just so blessed. It's such a blessing to have you guys put it down your feet. And then, you know, I'm so brave because, you know, they put so much fear on as if Jamaica is we give them people too much praises, you know, and just so afraid to attempt things, to deal with things, so it gets better for us. Yes. You know? And I'm ready to support it. I'm not a coward. But we still run back door in the store at you, you know, but we provide the store. I'm just saying, all of us stand together. Yeah?
Hold on a minute, Mr. Rattigan is saying something.
No, that's a Jackie Thomas. All the people coming from England can stay at her house and let off some of the English phones.
Oh, one of our ardent YouTubers, Jacqueline, she's always giving trouble, you know. Jacqueline is always giving trouble. Jacqueline Thomas. She said that all the people from London can come over to her house and drop off some of the English phone and stay over there.
No, honestly, you take poor Jackie down once with this English pound a week. In a name pound again. In name ounces.
Oh my God.
I'm not pound again. Oh God, you don't know what's been going on here since the Brexit. That's another story as well, because you know, we used to, when we were in Brexit, when we were in the European thing, they didn't pay taxes and like, what do you call it? What's the other one again? Like for carriage, you know, because you know that one England don't grow anything. Oh my God, it's ridiculous. You see the price for things. So it's no more pound, it's ounces. It dropped no value, because even when I went to Jamaica, I mean, yes, you know, it's still expensive, but when you think, you seem like you're better off in Jamaica.
Wow.
You know, because, you know, it is ridiculously expensive. It's gone expensive, and it's gone, and things like that, I think they said in April.
Yes.
Because that's a new tax year as well. It's going to go up even more. So it looks like America probably mash up, because this war, we don't know what's going to go on. Sorry?
Well, we just have to pray about it. We just have to pray about it, my dear.
But it's long time we've been praying, Mr. Tavares.
Well, God on.
You know, we can't work anymore. You see what you're doing now? That's the right thing. right? The wisdom, the knowledge, and all the skills that everyone have together. And if we work together, other nations are doing it. Look at China. Look at else people. All we have to do is do this because Jamaica is so beautiful. Jamaica is so nice. We can't let these people take over everything, you know. And the poor people there, because of lacking of, you know, general education, not so much academics. And we know there are people there with a lot of skills, but they're not getting any help. The farmers, we need to get back into that. We need to get back factories. There's many industries. And I mean, everybody come to live abroad and, you know, take some of those knowledge, like what those people has done and build their country. Look what they have done. And, you know, this is the motherland for the colonizing place who went around and rob and do whatever. We take our skills and go back there and go develop our own economy. And you bring laws there and teach people how, you know, how to operate, function on the workplace. Because these poor people there, they don't know. When you go there, to be honest, sometimes you just have to have patience because the service sometimes is horrible.
Wow.
But you know, you have to not lose your temper and try to come out in a no accent, because the people, they don't like that. When you come talking to them like, you know, oh, don't you do that? Or, oh, yeah, or pretend. We have to always remember where we're coming from, and they will respect us so much more.
Indeed. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just so happy that this is going on, and try to do more. I know we're going to ask you to stretch, but we don't want you to burn out. You people are just spreading information that people didn't know, didn't understand. There's a lot of things to understand, because this politics thing, laws and democracy, constitutions and all these things, we never know what them take civics out for a long time.
I know.
Civics stopped when I'm in my late 50s, going on to be that special 6. And I remember there was a little copper brownie color book we were using for civics, and they said we stopped using civics. Civics. Yeah. Did I call it right? Civics. Right. Is it?
Yes, you did.
Because it thinks about, you know, government and managing the countries and all of that. When people don't understand, that's why they go out and send a vote, a t-shirt, look at food, look at dance. You know, they don't know the value, things to demand, things to ask for, and then and so these people said, okay, make sure when they make their promise, if they don't give them by such time or start preparing it, they don't vote for them. They tell them, we don't want you anymore to be our MP. We don't want you to be our government anymore.
Well,
you know, but I'm going to give somebody else a chance.
Yes, ma'am.
And you guys are doing an amazing job. And may the angels and may your heart, your good heart stay as it is, because, you know, we're only humans. And we still, even though I said prayers is not strong, prayers is still important. But the work without prayers cannot work.
True.
And if you guys are brave enough to come out and do this, we need to support you, because nothing that going on in England is the same in America too, although America is much better.
Yes.
But we see where it's going. And I mean, I went in church, they did say America is going to wipe out and China was going to rise. And I see this for a fact. There's many things that was being said, and I can see it happening.
Well, we just have this
so we can't be in denial. So we have to just work together now. We just have to work together now and just let's go home. And because at the end of the day, all these people in charge of America, England, or European people are going to put their people first. And we're going to always stay last if we don't start working on ourselves and fast and quick too. All right, let me give somebody else a chance. So thank you so much. Love you guys. And, you know, we pray for your wisdom, knowledge, everything that needs to make it good, because there's nothing in life going to be perfect.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Rattigan, even though I can't hardly hear you.
You can't hear me now, though.
All right. Bye now.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling in.
You're most welcome.
Bye-bye.
All right.
For those who are asking us in the chat room, if we're going to have t-shirts on sale on spot, yes, we are going to have t-shirts on sale on spot.
whole heap of t-shirts on the day of the event. And then somebody asked about the book or title. The title I'm looking at right now, not looking at the title I have right now, but it could change depending on the publisher. It's called
don't give out the name yet.
Okay.
Don't give out the name yet. Wait until everything come out, then yeah, don't give out the name yet. Jacqueline, behave yourself in the chat room. I wasn't sleeping at all. You must stop it.
Let me just say that the title, though, it has to do with a conversation I had in a very, very secret place. I was in a location. Can't mention the location, but I was in charge of doing something, and I had a conversation with somebody, and the title came out of that conversation.
Open up your eyes, eh?
Yeah.
Yes. Wilfred Rattigan, retired FBI agent, a son of the soil of Waterhouse, the man who know what it's like to eat tin mackerel.
Dirty gal.
Dirty gal, yes. I wouldn't mind I could eat some right now. My wife said me eat too much anyway. Wow. You know, I must say this publicly, Wilfred Rattigan, because we got to go now. It is an honor. It's an honor of mine to meet you. It's an honor of mine to continue working and fighting on the behalf of our fellow Jamaicans. When I start out this thing at Roots FM, I didn't know it was going to lead me. When I met you, when I asked Dr. Kevin Brown for your number out of London, and he gave me your number, we didn't know that this was going to turn out into something bigger, wherein we're fighting for our fellow Jamaicans, for a better Jamaica, that we can leave behind a Jamaica for our children, and our grandchildren and great-grandchildren. We didn't know that we're going to fight for something like this, Wilfred Rattigan.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. I had no. If you had told me 2 years ago, 3 years ago that I would be doing this, I wouldn't believe you. But here it is. You know, when God lead it on a certain path, you don't have no choice. You have to just follow the path. You know?
Indeed.
And
indeed.
So here we are at this juncture, and I relish every moment of it. Relish every moment. This has consumed my life right now, and it's you know, serene so I'm a calling, and I didn't even realize it. You know, and you know, I forgive this money I credit to Bongo Jerry. He said to me one time, he said to me, him said to me, you never know what you do, you know. Him said, you don't know what you do. Him said, but you do a whole heap of things. But him said, you never realize what you do. Him said, you're going to reach critical mass one day. And then I asked him what critical mass look like. And him couldn't really answer the question, you know. But him tell me, him said to me, the impact you have, you don't realize it. Him say, you just don't know what you do. You think you sit down here just to read some things and you talk some things and that. But him say, it's far beyond that. So, and I wasn't even paying attention. I said, yeah, okay, all right, fine, no problem. But no, it is what it is. We just have to move forward and we're not stopping. And as we said, we're not afraid of nobody.
You know something, Wilfred Rattigan? This morning, my wife said to me that, hey, Jeffrey, you know what is going on? The program that Wilfred had, Rattigan had on Saturday, it gone to 25,000 people, 25,000 views. I said, what? Your program you have on Saturday is 25,000 views.
I'm kind of surprised, and because you know me, Jeffrey. People, let me just say this to all of your family. Let me say this to all of you. When I went down this path with the radio station and with Jeffrey and Andre and Lonesome and Carlos and Mystic and all the other folks, I never once thought about numbers or monetizing the channel, because somebody even said one time, yeah, I do it because he want to make money. And then I informed him, I said, you know, the channel is not monetized. It's not monetized, right? I'm doing this for the love of my people. That's why I'm doing this. Not doing this for any money, right? And I will continue to do that. The radio station, they're not saying yes, because you should really think about it, because some of the money can be used. Well, not some. All of the money will be used for the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation. And I said, yeah, but still, I just don't like the idea of monetizing, because then people use that argument. Right now, they can't use that argument. But the program last Saturday, it wasn't advertised. And it's my fault, because I'm supposed to normally get together with the radio station and get it done. And we're supposed to do it twice a week. But that's going to be squared away, because I had a conversation this morning with someone, and they said, okay, it'll go out Wednesday and it will go out Saturday morning. So that's one thing. The second thing was pen release was this past Saturday. So I didn't really expect a whole lot of people, because I said pen release, a lot of people, some people who listen to me, they'll be at pen release, and they're going to be focused on that.
Glued to their TV and so forth.
Right. So when you tell me now, say it's 25,000, that to me is a shocker.
My wife told me this morning. I was like, what? 25,000. For those who are asking for Uncle Jerry, the last time I heard from Uncle Jerry, well, somebody was driving and saw him and said, Uncle Jerry, and he was there, He's doing well. He's okay. I'm going to reach out to him one of these days and find out what is really going on and so forth. And maybe we can have him back on our program, because he has a wealth of knowledge. Bongo Jerry Small of a wealth of knowledge. And between him, let me make something clear. You know what inspired me to be on radio talking and so forth? It was when I was in high school. And on Fridays, in high school on Fridays, you hardly do anything at school on Fridays. My VP from my school, Green Island Comprehensive High School, used to leave her office open and say, okay, since you want to go on here, go talk like you're a radio station person. So I used to go on the PA system at school and play some love music for the whole live long day and chat and pay foolishness when this song is dedicated to this person. And and I developed a love for radio from then. And I used to listen to Wilmot Perkins, Barbara Bluden, especially Wilmot Perkins and Baba Tunde, Winston Baba Tunde with her. And this is where I get this thing from Winston with her. So he always said, I stretch my hand to thee, O God. If thou should draw thyself from Jamaica, where would we go? And Moti always said, the center cannot hold Maranaki upon the land. Those are the people that inspire me to stand up for my fellow Jamaicans. And although I grew up in a home where, my aunts and uncles, they don't love politics. They do not love politics one bit. But Jeffrey developed a love for politics. He used to listen to Michael Manley budget speech and so forth, and Edward Siag and all of them. And when I started at Roots FM with my good friend Dudley Thompson and Owen Brown, they pulled me into talk show. And I chat and go on the most way. And I remember one day, former Minister of Health for the PNP, the goodly Maurice Guy, called me and said to me, hey, calm down. More you calm down and run the show a little bit smoother. And when he said that to me, I said to myself, you know what? I'm gonna take a different angle of how I do things. And I started turning around and start doing things differently. When I reach out to Dr. Kevin Brown out of London to get Wilfred Rattigan number, and Mr. Rattigan come on the program and so forth, it inspired me more to stand up for our fellow Jamaicans. And I want to say this afternoon on this program here. The Mek Wi Talk YouTube channel is not monetized either. And that's why I come out and beg money to get a new laptop. My wife don't like it. She hates it with a passion. She don't like it. She said, don't do those things. You're going to do something, you do it. Don't do it. Don't beg anything. And for those who has contributed so far, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate all of you. Go ahead, Ratty.
No, let me just say that you brought back memories for me memories back to when I attended John Jay College, because I used to sit they had a radio station there, and I used to sit in the cafeteria, and there's a Jamaican guy, Toussaint. He was on the radio, and I always say, it would be nice to be on the radio, play some nice music, but it just didn't grab me. And then I used to listen to WBLS in New York back in the 70s and the 80s. It was hot radio station then, and they had Frankie Crocker. Then they also had then when I moved to DC, they had the Quiet Storm. I think that's where it started. WHUR, Howard University radio station. And I remember I used to live on U Street, and when I used to study, when I was in law school, I used to study, and I used to listen to, was it Melvin Lindsay? I think it was Melvin Lindsay. I used to listen to him and some of the other guys on the Quiet Storm, and then I could hear myself going, "Yes, sure, you're right." I could hear myself saying, like, "Relax with the rebel." Yes, indeed. And so now I'm doing it, and it's like a dream come true. So you reminded me of those days back at John Jay College, back at Howard University School of Law. So, and Frankie Crocker and Melvin Lindsay and all of those guys. So I'm living my dream. I'm living my dream midnight every Saturday from midnight to 2 a.m. just playing music and just kind of, a mellow music, even if it's reggae or whatever it is, cool jazz, just mellow music, and you have the mellow voice to go along with it. So please, people, tune in every Saturday at midnight to 2 a.m. and listen to The Rebel and just relax. So
where is Jonah Marie? Where is
Jonah Marie at Jamaica?
Might make some of these people on this platform say, no, Mr. Rattigan, please stop. Oh Lord, I just got a Zelle coming from the person who is donating the $100, Mr. Rattigan, for the 4 T-shirts. So I will bring that to you when I'm coming up and so forth, that you can give away 4 T-shirts to someone who needs the T-shirts. Ladies and gentlemen, people, we're gonna say so long from here for another. You have something else to say?
Hey, Diana, take care of yourself. And don't forget to tune in to Relax with a Rebel every Saturday from midnight to 2. Your request is my demand.
Oh my God! No, this is funny. No one know that will ever be on either radio or social media doing this. We didn't plan none of this. I did it because I love it. I did it because of a passion that I have. But I didn't make no money. When I come over here to beg no money, if I hear me asking for a laptop, as I said, I don't like begging people for nothing. I don't beg my family for nothing. I do it on my own. I'm not here to beg to do this, to do that. No. We're not here to do that. We're here to help the people. And if we had the money ourselves to pour into the One Legal Jamaica Defense Foundation, we'll do it ourselves, not ask for no money. But because we don't have it, and that's why we're asking for help. Why is it not right?
Yeah, let me just say, Reggae Girl, if you want to find the Rebel on a Saturday night, just go to Reggae Global Radio. Google Reggae Global Radio, midnight to 2. I'll be there waiting for you.
Oh my God, you never know. Hey.
Jeffrey, I get in trouble.
Yeah, but why we get to that trouble yesterday? Why we get to that trouble with our wives?
I get in that trouble, Jeffrey. Hey, Jeffrey, you need to check your email, please.
No,
send that thing. No, I'm gonna do the call to action when we get off.
Okay.
Check your email in preparation for that meeting.
Yes. Oh. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
look at Otis. I thought this was about protest. Yeah.
OTA, it's OTA. You're in trouble. Big troublemaker.
People, please tune in to Relax with a Rebel on Reggae Global Radio every Saturday from midnight to 2 and be entertained. Thank you.
Maybe what you should say, is tell him to hold on, we have a call coming in from Jamaica. Hold on a minute, you have to be a female, this one now. Hello, caller, welcome to the program.
Shalom, Virgin. Good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
I want to put in a little plug into the discussion for us to understand a little bit as to what you guys are doing.
Yeah, don't be long because we're going to go off here now.
Just to say that a thief never liked the spotlight. A thief is always deflecting the blame back on the person who is robbing. So we have to be conscious of the fact that they're going to say all kind of stupidness, deflect from what the real issues are. So we know that we have to just keep the pressure on them, and whenever we can have a GP, we can have the too.
All right, caller. Thanks much.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah,
yes. Yes. OT, you must behave yourself. No, I can't speak like Mr. Rattigan. No. No matter with that. I cannot speak like Mr. Rattigan. Mr. Rattigan have a voice that is totally different from my own. Maybe I should ask him to ask you all to subscribe to the channel in that tone of voice that he has there. Mr. Rattigan, you want to do that?
Ladies and gentlemen, please tune into Mek Wi Talk live with Jeffrey Tavares every day of the week. And if necessary, I'll be there with him so you can call in and we can answer your requests. Again, Mek Wi Talk live with Jeffrey Tavares and Mr. Rattigan. Thank you. Jeffrey, I killed me, Jeffrey. Yeah.
We gotta go. We gotta go. We have a meeting to go to now. So we gotta go, ladies and gentlemen people. Thank you all for
okay.
Yes.
Call to action. Yeah.
Yes, we have a meeting to go to right now.
Thank you for having me. I want to thank every single one of you in the chat. I want to thank all of you who have and continue to support the organization, continue to support the quest for justice, equality, and peace for all Jamaicans, those at home, those abroad. Thank you for having me, Jeffrey.
You're welcome, Mr. Rattigan. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Mek Wi Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel LLC. That's the Mek Wi Talk Jeffrey Tavares LLC YouTube channel. There's a fake one out there. That's not me. This is the right one, the real one. The Mek Wi Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel will be live at 1 to 3 o'clock, 1:30 to 3 o'clock on Thursday from the John. It's not Hopkins. It's John
Jay College of Criminal Justice.
Lord have mercy, my brain. John Jay College of Criminal Justice. We'll be live from there on Thursday with Wilfred Rattigan, Herb Nelson Jr., and also Dr. Karen Dunkley, the lady of the soil of Jamaica, one of Jamaica's outstanding woman here in the diaspora. We'll be live on Thursday from the college there. Until you hear our voice again, remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Mek Wi Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel LLC. May God bless you and may God continue to bless Jamaica land we love. Have a great afternoon, everyone. See you all soon.
When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, Mek Wi Talk, my people, Mek Wi Talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Mek Wi Talk, people, Mek Wi Talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, Mek Wi Talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Mek Wi Talk. People,
Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad of the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth. Make we reason. Make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va. No upper echelon. Nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica. Make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad of the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth. Make we reason. Make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va. No upper echelon. Nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica. Make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad of the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth. Make we reason. Make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va. No upper echelon. Nobody is not above the law. As long as it